Would you talk on my camera for $1? One whole dollar? $2. You holding out for more? $5. Would you do a small interview for $5? Okay, so today I'm gonna make some beer. I don't have a lot of time for hobbies these days, but this is one of them. All right, so I guess the first thing you need to know is that beer comes from this. This is barley. Barley grows in the ground. And when making beer, there is some sort of precision that is involved. Something normally I'm not good at. But what I've found, ironically enough, is that by making this beer, there's 2 kilograms of barley, that by making this beer, it's actually helped me become a little more organized. I lost my phone. Found it. Oh, nice flip. Got that on camera. Maybe you'll be in the Olympics.
Jack, flip for Dad.
Whoa. All right, bye, Jude.
See ya.
It's my fan crew right there. These guys. Bye, kids. Okay, so last week I was pretty salty. This week, maybe not as much. But we'll see. Last week I was mighty salty. Whatever. You know, sometimes I get really frustrated that it seems certain circles just can't listen or won't listen or something. I don't know. They won't listen because it's not a style they like, or well, just because something isn't your style doesn't mean it's not important. Just because there's a style that doesn't necessarily fit your thing doesn't mean you can't take the truth from it. And I think that's what we do a lot. We just kind of pick and choose the truth we want to hear. I hate that. I hate doing that myself. I know that I do it. I like certain people. I talk about certain people. I listen to certain people. And then others, I just throw away. All of it. The baby with the bathwater, so to speak. And it frustrates me because I want to be a person that actually listens to the truth. I want to be a person that embraces the truth. I want to be a person that is changed and impacted by the truth, and I can turn around and impact others because of what I've listened to. Now I need to crush this stuff. Okay, water heating up now. Okie dokie. Now that we have grain, we're gonna make like a big cooler of tea. Tea. Safety first. The tea is in here now, and I'm gonna wrap this up like a baby and wait. So you saw me doing one of my hobbies today. I make beer. Delicious malt beverages. And it's something that I actually enjoy doing. But where do you balance, how do you balance life, hobbies, fun, work? How do you balance that stuff? I guess the question I ask myself a lot of questions if you haven't figured out. Who am I? What am I meant to do? What am I supposed to kind of let out? And all the hobbies I had, like playing Call of Duty, watching Netflix, going to movies, watching sports, being in fantasy sports, fishing, fly fishing, paintballing, hockey, playing hockey, airsoft. What else did I do? I've got a whole shed full of this shit. And it's because I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing. Honestly, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing with my time. I really wasn't sure. It's kind of funny now when I think about it, but at the time it was horribly frustrating because nothing I did. Let me tell you something. I was heavily into drugs. Like, I was heavily into substance abuse. My thing with substance abuse was I was always looking for something that gave me a bigger and bigger return. And every kind of level of drug I went up, it felt like at the beginning that's what I'd found. But the thing with substance abuse is you have the opposite. And in fact, it just takes you and spirals you out of control until you have less than what you started with. And so all these hobbies were kind of like another substance abuse. I was trying to fulfill this kind of desire in me, obsession, trying to fill this obsession in me, and it just wouldn't work. No matter how many things I did, no matter how much I did it, it didn't work. The only thing that really seemed to fix it was me getting to a place, understanding of who I was and what I was meant to do, and releasing like the fullness of my heart, as raw as it is still. The releasing of that kind of fullness was the only thing that really has been kind of filling that void. And I wonder how deep it goes. I wonder this kind of stuff. How much do we have? How much do we have to offer? I honestly believe that we're scratching the surface. People talk about like the earth as being like the height of existence. People are. Because we have this capacity inside of us to keep going, to never give up. I want to talk to you if you think you're going to give up right now. Don't give up. Never give up. Giving up is you just kind of shutting off the thing, and you think, oh, it's easier if I give up. Sure, it'll feel easier. You'll know every night when you lay in bed that I gave up. There's the grain that was like teaified. Now we're outside and we're gonna boil this thing. There she is, boiling away. Oops. Foggy. So this boils for an hour. These are hops. This is a large part of what gives beer flavor. They're also a part of another herb family. I've never actually tried smoking them. All that tea I made before was actually just sugar from the barley. These hops are extremely bitter, meaning it's going to balance the beer. Not too sweet, not too bitter. Well, you can go either side of that, but it's a whole long thing and I don't really need to explain that now. Other people can do a better job of that and I'll link them below. Sanitation is very important when making beer. Almost ready. I've got to cool this off really rapidly. And that's what this thing does. This is yeast. I'm going to pour it into that hole there. Alright. This is going to make us some beer. Basically, yeast eats sugar. So it's going to eat all the sugar in there and convert or poop alcohol, which is delicious. Well, the beer is delicious, but yeah, the alcohol is an added bonus. Here's the one I just made. And here's the one I did the other day. That's fermenting. And what happens is the gas goes out this hose and bubbles there. It's like seriously Bill and I up in here. I can't even control it. Come on, we have to be willing to try something. We have to be able to keep going forward. And if we don't keep going forward, just don't give up. Now, there is such a thing as skill. If you don't have any skill, no matter how many hours you put into something, there's a pretty good chance you're not going to be able to do it. But if you do have skill, then why aren't you succeeding? Usually means that we're unwilling to put ourselves out there because we're afraid to fail. I know. I'm afraid to fail all the time. And so I keep putting myself out there. So the only way I can figure out to really conquer it is just to keep doing it, to keep putting something forward, to one step after another. It's like one step at a time. How many steps is this? All right, 1. How many steps is this? Same thing. No matter how big or small your step is, still one step. If we stop stepping, that's when we fail. I guess what I'm really trying to say is you've only failed when you stop moving. So don't be discouraged. Discouragement isn't going to get you anywhere. I mean, I know I've laid in bed at night, laid on the couch and just like beat myself up and wanted to quit, but it just doesn't work. There's skill, you have skill, and if you have that skill, let's see what it can do. But remember, one step at a time.